Have you ever wondered what goes into crafting the perfect test? How can educators ensure that assessments accurately measure student learning? Welcome to Unit 2 Task Development and Assessment, including validity and reliability. Let's dive into the principles of test development, where we will explore the foundations of creating effective assessments. Before delving into the principles of test development, let's establish a clear understanding of what a test entails. A test refers to a tool, technique, or method designed to measure students' knowledge or their ability to complete a particular task. Essentially, testing is a form of assessment, a vital component of education. Consider these enlightening statistics. Testing is generally concerned with turning performance into numbers, according to Baxton 1998. 13% of students who fail in class are caused by faulty test questions, according to WorldWatch 2005. It is estimated that 90% of the testing items are out of quality, according to Willen 1992. The evaluation of people's progress is a major aspect of teachers' job, according to Ornaldo and Ontario 1995. In light of these facts, Abel and Frisbee in 2008 outlined five basic principles that should guide teachers in assessing students' learning progress and developing assessment tools. Let's explore these principles further to understand how they shape effective assessment practices. Measure all instructional objectives. Objectives that are communicated and imparted to the students. Designated an operational control to guide the learning sequences and experiences. Example in a math class, if the instructional objective is for students to solve quadratic equations, a test should assess their ability to factor, use the quadratic formula, and solve word problems involving quadratics. 2. Cover all the learning tasks. The teacher should construct a test that contains a wide range of sampling of items. In this case, the teacher can determine the educational outcomes or abilities that the resulting scores are representatives of the total performance in the areas measured. 3. Use appropriate test items. The test items constructed must be appropriate to measure the learning outcomes. 4. Make tests valid and reliable. The teacher must construct a test that is valid so that it can measure what is supposed to be measured by the students. The test is reliable when the scores of the students remain the same or consistent when the teacher gives the same test for the second time. 5. Use tests to improve learning. The test scores should be utilized by the teacher properly to improve learning by discussing the skills or competencies on the items that have not been learned or mastered by the learners. Validity and reliability. First, what is validity? Validity is the extent to which the scores from a measure represent the variable they are intended to. It refers to the degree to which evidence supports the interpretations of test scores rather, and the process of collecting and analyzing the evidence to support the meaningfulness and usefulness of the test is called validation. The validity of an assessment tool is the extent to which it measures what it was designed to measure, without the contamination from the other characteristics. For example, a test of reading comprehension should not require mathematical ability. There are three types of evidence that may be collected. First is construct related evidence of validity. Second, content related evidence of validity. And third, criterion related evidence of validity. First is construct validity. Thus, the test measure the concept that is intended to measure. To achieve construct validity, ensure that the method of measurement matches the concept or characteristic you intend to measure. The method you must be developed based on relevant existing knowledge. Second, content validity. Thus, the assessment content cover what you want to assess. To achieve this, the content of the test must cover all relevant areas of the subject that the test aims to measure. Third is criterion validity. Do the tests do the results correspond to a different test of the same thing? To achieve criterion validity, there must be a high correlation between the result of your measurement and the result of the criterion measurement or result of a different test. When the criterion is measured at the same time as the construct, criterion validity is referred to as concurrent validity. However, when the criterion is measured at some point in the future or after the construct has been measured, it is referred to as predictive validity. Next is reliability. Reliability refers to the consistency of a measure. It is the extent to which the test taker's score does not depend on the specific day and time of the test. The specific questions or problems that were on the edition of the test that the test taker took, and the specific raters who rated the test taker's responses. Reliability have names that indicate the kind of consistency they refer to. First is alternative forms reliability, second, iterator reliability, and third, stability or test-retest reliability. Now, for the alternate form reliability, to what extent do the test takers who perform well on one edition of the test also perform well on another edition? A test is reliable if there is consistency on test taker scores across different editions of tests containing different questions or problems testing the same types of knowledge or skills at the same difficulty level. Next is the iterator reliability. It is the consistency of the scoring process on a test for which the scores are judged by raters. There are two main approaches to scoring a constructed response test. In analytic scoring, the rater awards points for specific features of the response. In holistic scoring, the rater makes a single judgment of the whole response. Analytic scoring usually produces a score with higher iterator reliability than holistic scoring. Third is test-retest reliability. It requires using the method of measurement on a group of people at one time. Using it again on the same group of people at a later time, and then looking at the test-retest correlation between two sets of scores. A measure that produces highly inconsistent scores over time cannot be a very good measure of a construct. Validity and reliability are related concepts. If an instrument is unreliable, it cannot get valid outcomes as reliability improves. Validity may improve or it may not. However, if an instrument is shown scientifically to be valid, then it is almost certain that it is also reliable, according to Navarro Santos and Corpus in 2019. Crafting the perfect test is no easy feat, but by following these principles of test development and assessment, educators can ensure their assessment accurately measure student learning, ultimately enhancing the educational experience for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the principles of test development and assessment. Hope you have learned something.